Yo, real talk. Have you ever met someone who just never really got to be a kid? Like they were always the strong one, always holding everything together, always the one checking on everybody else but never letting anybody check on them. And people around them would say, "Oh wow, they're so mature for their age," like it's a compliment. But bro, that's not maturity. That's a child who learned real fast that their feelings were inconvenient, that needing things was a burden, that the safest move was to just shrink and handle it alone. And it happens because life forces it on them. Maybe the home was chaotic. Maybe a parent was emotionally checked out. Maybe this little kid became the peacekeeper between two adults who should have been in therapy. Maybe they were stressed about money and responsibilities before they even understood what any of that meant. And so they shut down their own needs. They stopped asking for help. They became the fixer, the caretaker, the one always pouring into everyone else's cup while their own was completely empty. Psychologists call this parentification, and it wrecks you in ways you don't even realize until you're grown. Because first you stop trusting your own emotions. You say, "I'm fine," even when you're falling apart, because somewhere along the way, you learned that falling apart makes things worse. Then you develop this deep gut-level trust issue, where every new person who tries to love you right still gets met with that wall. That "yeah, but for how long" energy, because the people who were supposed to protect you didn't, and your nervous system never forgot that. Then you become low-key obsessed with control, not because you're toxic, but because your whole childhood was unpredictable and chaotic, so your brain decided that if you control everything around you, maybe you'll finally feel safe. And then you fall into the caretaker trap in every single relationship, always giving, always fixing, always earning your place because nobody ever taught you that you don't have to earn love, that you're allowed to just exist and still be worthy. But here's what I really want you to hear. People who grew up too fast are some of the most resilient, deeply empathetic, incredibly strong humans alive. They've survived things that would break most people, and they just kept going. But that strength doesn't mean the weight is okay. It doesn't mean they should just keep carrying it forever without ever stopping and saying, "I'm tired and I need help." So if this is you, if something in your chest just went quiet while you were listening to this, I want you to know that whatever you carried back then was never yours to carry. The arguments you tried to stop, the parent you tried to fix, the family you tried to hold together with your little hands, none of that was your job. You were a child. You deserve to be protected, not to be the protector. And healing doesn't have to be this big dramatic thing. It starts with small moments, letting someone help you without feeling guilty, saying, "I'm not okay today," without immediately saying, "But don't worry about me." Finding that little version of yourself who never got to be soft or carefree and telling them, "I see you. I've got you. You can rest now." Because healing isn't about changing the past. It's about finally giving yourself the safety, the rest, and the love that was always supposed to be yours.